What is up, guys? So this is the latest project in hand. I was given the challenge of creating like a 3D printed LED floating style sign for a woman's nail salon, and I thought, why not, let's give it a go. And essentially it is 16 light boxes, a lot of work, very particular and finicky to work with, but boy, was it a learning curve. Was it a bit of fun? Did it turn out great? I think so. So this is how we got started on it. I designed each letter, I picked the fonts that we were looking for, and I designed it in a way that it was each letter was three pieces. So you had the back base, which was white, the middle connector in the middle as you've seen there, and the front top bit that everybody would see is the black. So after loading up the printer and hitting send on a couple of letters, I've done a few test pieces, and away we go. So first up is printing the things to be A connector, just the middle piece. And working with these kind of tolerances and stuff, you know, you're around about 0.2 of a millimeter of clearance, just to allow things to fit in nicely. So after a few tests and sample pieces, we get the notification that we are complete. Go and grab the middle piece, the outer shell done in PLA white, and then once we have all these pieces together, we'll just do a wee test fit. So that's the bit that will be an outer. We'll check that the connector fits okay, and it goes, and then the white perfect. So once we do that 16 times, we have all our parts. So batch run a pile of the blacks all in one go, peel all them off, and same again with the connectors, and then same again with the whites. So after doing a couple of test pieces, I wanted to get one letter complete and that it works just before I go ahead and do the rest of them. So first letter N, and it works absolutely perfect. So very happy with that. So one thing I definitely did underestimate was the amount of soldering and connecting and gluing that was in this project, which was crazy, but it was all definitely worth it in the end. So as you can see here, I spent a bit of time and I cut the LEDs in the correct length for each letter, glued them on, and then just tinned all the wee edges and the copper connections with soldering wire, and got them all ready. Now as you can see in the likes of this Y and other letters as well, I think the B and the D, I had to do a couple because you can't really turn or go around corners with the LED strips. So what I had to do was bridge a wire across to them two individually, as you can see there now, and it was a bit of a pain, but we got there in the end. As you can see, it's very fittery, very small. So after bridging them across, then I was obviously able to tap into one set of them LEDs, and the power then transferred across, just to give a more even field. Yes, I could have just ran the one strip down the main bit of the Y, but I just felt that it wouldn't have given a more of an even like ambient light across the letter itself. So I definitely think I needed to do what I did do. So the likes of the D or B there, you can see I've had to just add another wee bit of light down that bottom edge because it definitely wasn't throwing enough light out for me. So once I got all the letters done, everything kind of sitting ready, print it out at least, brought in all my tools over to the customer's salon, ready to install everything together. And boy, my goodness, there was a lot of letters, a lot of connections on the turnout of it all. So just get everything organised, see where I'm sitting, get it all ready to go. First things first then is just assess the wall in the area, mark out where I want to start in the centre of the wall. The only thing, the problem with this wall specifically was there was a conduit pipe in the middle that ran down that had cabling for, I think it was the light above. But we worked around things, we worked around that, and just use that spacing throughout all the letters just to make it as more uniform as possible. So screwed up all the white backends to the wall, even spacings and at the same height. And as you can see, this is the way I ran the LEDs and the wiring through it. Is I had a hole made in each individual letter throughout the bottom of them, so that I could run the wire up and in through each piece. So it's just a matter of working with the sign there as is, and constantly just testing, always testing after every letter that power was still running through alright, that I didn't accidentally pull any wires whilst I was working at the next, so that it wouldn't undo any soldering connections through any letter, so I knew that I was good up to a certain letter. And as you can see there, that's the run of the wire. I got this really thin wire to run between the letters. Ideally I would have loved to actually run them wires out the back of the wall and then back in, but weren't able to do that in this situation. And also then I just tapped into that there wire conduit down and into a plug, simply just straight into a plug, so that the customer could turn it on and off whenever they wanted to, and then got that all put back up and all pressed against the wall back in. And once everything was back on and all the front face black pieces were glued on, we have our sign light.